Good morning. If you're always on at work and you struggle to feel good about taking breaks, this video is definitely for you because in it I will share with you 3 tips that will help you fight the guilt of taking a break. Many professionals that I work with share with me that they struggle to take breaks because they often feel guilty when they do so. They always think about work and they feel like they should be working instead of resting. And I definitely was doing that as well, and there was even a banker who told me that she was checking her emails while doing squats. And so, because I'm at the gym, I decided to try it because why not? But of course, there's no judgment there because I definitely remember that as a banker, I was often sleep deprived and I was thinking about work while I was having dinner with friends, when I was shopping, when I was taking a bath, when I was cooking, and at the most random time. Your brain never shuts down. Let's work out. Okay, so here I'm starting the workout. I'm doing a couple of squats. Hustle culture tells us that we have to work nonstop if we want to be successful. It's about working all the time and showing how busy we are to others just to prove a point, just to prove how successful we are in life. Because of the hustle culture, many feel pressured to fill up their time with work when they don't have to and when they could do so much more. And some mornings I feel guilty for not working. So rather than going to the gym like I expected, I stay home and work. And so there, I decided to take a quick break to check my emails on my phone. And actually, that day I had a few unread emails. So that was very realistic. Even though I have left finance and entered the coaching space where people are usually more mindful of boundaries and wellness, hustle culture is still very real for entrepreneurs. And then back to the workout. And I start being a little bit short breath at that point, and I still go and check my emails. And you see, I'm not engaged in the workout, but I'm also not really productive when it comes to work. I'm not really sitting down to think about what to say in the email. So it's just like, just I'm neither here or there. So that situation where I try to multitask between working out and doing emails is just not fun. Okay, so here I decided to kick it up a notch and use this. It's the squat machine. I decided just for fun to imagine all the scenarios in which I could check my phone while doing squats and while working out. I checked it while I was on the bar. So here I decided to use my phone while I was doing squat. This is multitasking, taken to the next level there. Okay, and then I was done. Okay, so I tried checking my emails while doing squats. Not funny. It's too stressful to both focusing on doing the movement correctly and then focusing on the emails. And I cannot imagine the stress of being on a deadline at work, waiting for a client presentation or for an important email from your boss, and then at the same time, focusing on doing your workout. I didn't enjoy working out right now, and I didn't enjoy having to think about, let me check my phone, so I definitely prefer to reduce the timing of my workout and turn everything off while I do that. So I'd rather do 5 minutes workout, that's it, done, rather than doing half an hour of a workout while checking my emails every minute. Okay, back to the video. Okay, now I'm back at my desk, prepped and ready to share with you the 3 key tips to help you stop feeling guilty when you do take a break instead of working. Tip number 1, recognize your wins and reward yourself. So the other day I was listening to an interview of Lewis Howe interviewing Jay Shetty, and he was sharing how we have this tendency of dwelling on our past mistakes for so long, but when it comes to our wins and our successes, we move past them pretty quickly. And that was one of the reasons that we often get stuck in the past and we often look back. I personally believe that the reason why we often think about what we'll be doing next weekend when it's work time, and when we're off we start thinking about work and wanting to check emails, is because we don't really get into the habit of taking the time for ourselves and taking the time to celebrate our wins when it's the right time, when we have the opportunity. If we make it a habit of celebrating our progress and taking care of ourselves after a long day or a long week at work, we're more likely to enter the next week feeling recharged, feeling pumped, and feeling refreshed and ready to focus and be engaged and productive at work. You don't need to spend a lot of time, energy, and money celebrating your victories or treating yourself. And you certainly don't need to wait until you accomplish something huge to allow yourself to take a 2-week vacation. And then after that vacation, we start thinking, oh, when's the next one? If that happened to you, let me know down below in the comment section so that one, I know I'm not alone, and two, the other people who feel it really hard know that they're not alone. Okay, so rewarding yourself can look as simple as telling yourself, okay, for the next 16 minutes, I'll be focusing on producing 5 slides. Once the 60 minutes are up, now is the time to allow yourself to take a 10-minute break. You can go to the cafeteria, you can go to your own kitchen if you work from home, you can go take a walk outside, you can call someone you love, you can stretch, hydrate, anything that makes you feel good and helps you rest. To sum it all up, rewarding yourself consistently for your victories and your progress, no matter how small they are, will help you boost your self-esteem, stay grounded in the present moment without constantly looking into the past or worrying about the future, and most importantly, recharge your batteries in small doses without having to hustle for months until you finally take a 2-week vacation. Step number 2, set your own standards. In a fast-paced work environment, it not only becomes a habit, but also part of the culture to work non-stop. Sitting at our desk for hours on end without taking a single break and doing extra hours then becomes a habit. And we often forget that we do sometimes have the choice on how we manage our own time. So as an employee, you have to answer to a manager or boss and hit specific milestones and really show how committed you are to them by going the extra mile at work. However, you're also the boss of your own self. No one better than you knows when it's the right time to take a break, to recharge your batteries and get back to flow. So that's why it's really important for you to give yourself the permission you crave to take a little break here and then. At the end of the day, not every individual needs the same routines to perform at their best. We're all very different. We function very, very differently. And of course, throughout this video, I'm talking about the moments when you do have an option to take a break. So a good way to start setting your standards is to start setting clear boundaries with yourself and others. An easy way, I do that with myself, that has been really helpful, is to use this framework that I'm about to show to you. So it sounds like this. When, action or situation, I give myself permission to insert reward by insert boundary because insert the reason why you take this action in the first place. Okay, let's share examples here. After having been really focused on my work for 60 minutes, that's the situation, I give myself permission to step out and go to the cafeteria or kitchen. That's the reward. To go grab a cup of water, tea, coffee. That's the boundary, the promise you make yourself essentially, because it allows me to stand up, move my body a little bit, and I also feel really refreshed and ready to focus after having hydrated. Okay, one last one. When I wake up to go to work, that's your situation, I give myself permission to read an article, that's your reward, by dedicating the first 5 minutes of my morning to it to make sure it gets done, because it allows me to self-develop and gain some common knowledge and culture and be aware of what's going on in the world on top of the news from my industry and what I learn on my day-to-day basis at work. Tip number 3, I don't know how to do that. Focus on the present moment. If you're enjoying this video up until now, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel because it really helps support it, and also it helps spread this information to as many achievers around the world as possible. Okay, back to the video. Another common reason why we really struggle to make the most of our break and enjoy them is that we're often disconnected from the present moment and from ourselves. See, when you're checking your emails when on a break, or when you constantly think about work even when you're off work, The thing is, you're not making the most of any of these activities. You're not fully engaged in your work and making progress and chipping in and engaging in the conversation, but you're neither really fully engaging with the people that are around you or engaging in whatever you're doing. It can be a workout, it can be dinner with friends, or just chilling by yourself. Some tricks that help me stay anchored in the present moment and actually make the most of what I'm doing, including my breaks, are number one, connecting to my body, asking myself, okay, what am I feeling right now? Where am I right now? What do I feel? What do I smell? What do I taste? What am I touching? Just making sure that I do a quick body scan in my head helps me refocus and bring myself back to what's happening right now. Another one is Beat Simpkins' law of divided attention that she mentions in her book, Don't Just Sit There. The law of divided attention essentially consists of us stepping out of our bodies, disassociating from our bodies, and act as if we were sitting from the corner of the room, looking at ourselves. So for example, I'm recording this video right now. If I disassociate from my body right now, I would imagine myself right now that I am in the other side of the room, which is right there, and I'm looking at Wafa recording this video and talking in front of a camera. It's a really good technique because when you step outside of your body to look at yourself from another perspective, it helps you see yourself from the outside and see what you're doing. And then it's really helpful to tune in with your emotions. So if we go back to the example at the beginning of this video, if I'm checking my emails while doing squats and if I use this law of divided attention, then I would look at myself from the other side of the gym and see that I'm squatting and I'm checking emails and I'm stressed out. And so if I wonder, oh, what's going on for you at the moment? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling in your body? Then I can catch myself. You're not fully performing your squat properly. You don't have proper form, or you're not challenging yourself as much as you would want to. You're not having fun doing this. I hope your takeaway is that there's no guilt in taking breaks. You're the one who manages your energy levels, and it's up to you to acknowledge yourself first, to validate yourself for that, to not shame yourself for being a human being, essentially, who needs to take a breather from time to time, and give yourself the permission you crave. And, set some healthy boundaries with yourself and others to be able to take a step back, take a break, and then come back to work and be your best self. Okay, so until next video, stay healthy, happy, and sharp.